Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about you have to be yourself on YouTube. So I'm just in awe because I was going through YouTube and I noticed that so many people are not being themselves. But how am I supposed to know that? Well, it's just because when I'm watching some videos, I just think to myself, can someone actually keep this up? Can someone maintain this behavior throughout the course of their life? Because the behavior that they do on YouTube is not normal human behavior. Well, I don't have any examples, but that's not to say that this isn't true. Like if you were to say I could play the clarinet, well, then you could show a video proving you could play the clarinet. But in instances where nobody's asking for an evidence, you could actually go on living a lie on YouTube. You could have a life of YouTube lie, a lie of YouTube, a life filled with lies from YouTube, YouTube life of lies. That's a good one. You can have a YouTube life of lies, and that's like what deceiving the audience, deceiving the people watching you. Well, I'm just saying you have to be yourself on YouTube because you have to carry this on. You have to be authentic. If you're not authentic, nobody's going to watch your videos. But we have people watching people that are not authentic. Their videos, we are watching them, even regardless of this information that we know. That's because we cannot tell unless they prove it on the internet. And nobody is going to force them out there to prove what, you know, we are saying. This is a community, for crying out loud. Excuse me, I'm Asperger's. I have Asperger's, so don't mind the way I talk. Um, some people might find it unsettling, but now I'm learning some motion, some movement. I'm going to be talking. I'm doing like so you see my hands. So I'm just going to be talking with more hand gestures and facial expressions from now on, I guess. I'm going to try my best. I don't know. I don't know how that benefits you in any way. But that just may be myself. Because if I try to do this all the time, I'm going to get exhausted. So that's just an importance of like that is like an example of being yourself. So I can talking like this for hours and I haven't moved a muscle. My luck. Now, I'm not going to have wrinkles early on in life because I don't move much. But I'm just saying you have to be yourself on YouTube because not only will people watch your videos or be engaged with your content, you're going to be real and people like real people. You're going to be real and people can confide in you. People can be able to communicate and converse with you. You can have a community that is realistic. Hold on a second, my laptop is making some noise. Let me close it real quick. There. So where was I? If you're real, people are going to be more attracted to you, attached to you. They're going to be able to follow through with your life and see what you're doing on YouTube. I just know that not everybody's real and that's not okay, but there's nothing we can do about it. You just have to be real. Like if I for instance said I can solve a Rubik's Cube and there is no evidence to show or prove that I can solve a Rubik's Cube, then therefore that doesn't make me a liar just because I didn't prove it. So that's why this is like something that happens a lot on the internet. Um, for instance, I can actually solve a Rubik's Cube and I have a Rubik's Cube here to prove it. And no, this is not an excuse for me to solve my Rubik's Cube. Just hold on a minute. So here I have a scrambled Rubik's Cube. I'm just going to scramble it further. So I can actually solve a Rubik's Cube. Okay, this is plugged in, working. I can actually solve a Rubik's Cube. Scramble. Alright, let me start. White daisy. So I don't know, I don't know if I'm going to have a problem talking while doing this video. I don't know if I have some. Are you camera shy? Come on, do this. Oh my god. Oof. I hope this is short. I think it's because my hands are like this. That's why it's taking this long to solve Rubik's Cube. Oh, that took so long. First layer solved. Well, I didn't say anything about time, so nobody's going to crucify me, right? I'm just going to skip to the end to when it's solved. This is intense. Sorry I don't have any background music. I just feel like they're not really fitting to my videos. And since I'm autistic, I kind of even find it kind of distracting. So bear with me. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Oh, it's not solved. I was going to say the second layer solved, but it's actually not solved. So I have to solve it. Solved. Second layer solved. So we're in the last layer right now. I remember when I learned this thing, I was so excited. I was so happy. I was like, what? I never knew I'm going to have to do Rubik's Cube. And there you have it. Solved. So that brings me back to my point of saying you can't prove it on the internet. If I said I can solve a Rubik's Cube, but I had no Rubik's Cube to prove it with, then you're going to believe me that I can solve a Rubik's Cube, whether I prove it or whether I don't prove my point. But the point still remains that I can solve a Rubik's Cube. So, what I actually intend to do is to stay true to myself because that's the only way I'm going to be able to make success in this channel anyways. I'll be able to be a success on this channel if I just stay true to myself I also have to learn how to speak out loud. Thankfully, this is a microphone and not just, no, not a microphone. So you have to stay true to yourself on YouTube, especially if you want to make it, because you're going to have to be consistent. Consistency is key. And if you're consistent, you can make a very massive change, a massive wave on YouTube. If you don't, if you're not consistent, then you're prone to failing. And this is very important to take note of, because so many people fail on YouTube because they're not true to themselves. They don't have any consistency. You have to be consistent, and that's just the beginning, because to stay consistent, that means you have to stay true to yourself. And there's some behaviors that people can have on YouTube that, for a fact, that's not how they behave, like in everyday life. And I just wonder, does this stick to them, or what kind of mind did they get into before they go on YouTube? Because it's fake. It's so fake that you know that there's nobody on this entire planet that definitely does this. So, um, I guess that's just what inspired this video, to stay true to yourself, and there's nothing much to it. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.